The great Kabuki was not like most other Japanese wrestling legends. The tradition for native wrestlers was to get established in their own country before going international. Now, but for Kabuki, he truly didn't make a name for himself until he got to the United States. He began his career in the Japanese Wrestling Association at the age of 16. After several years, he moved to the US, where he became a reputable heel. His rising popularity in America led to better bookings in Japan. Then in 1981, he underwent a transformation that made him a household name. While they were both in WCCW, Gary Hart gave him the Great Kabuki gimmick. Inspired by a similar act he had seen elsewhere, Kabuki was allegedly a samurai trained in ancient Japanese warrior styles since infancy. They claim that his long hair and face paint was to hide disfigurement from a childhood training mishap involving hot coals. Kabuki would improvise multiple skills he had observed from others into his own style. He would intimidate opponents with foreign weapons, like the kendo stick and the nunchucks. He supplemented his style with techniques inspired by genuine sumo training exercises. His two biggest weapons were his finishers. For a clean win, he would knock out opponents with a martial arts kick known simply as the super kick. If the referee was distracted, as most of the time the referee was, he would use the Asian mist. This involves spitting a green substance into the face of his foes. The liquid would sting the opponent so badly that they would be effectively blinded for at least a minute. However, Kabuki did not always use the mist to defeat opponents. He often did it because he simply could. Sounds familiar, right? In 1990, Kabuki decided to focus most of his time in Japan. He made his debut in WWF at the 1994 Royal Rumble event. He was one of several heels hired by Mr. Fuji to take out The Undertaker in the WWF Championship match, and then competed in the Rumble. However, this would be his final appearance for the company too. While he officially retired in '98, he continues to wrestle today. His matches are becoming further and fewer in between. He still makes occasional wrestling appearances, teaming with other wrestlers he had inspired. Dozens would paint their face, use the Asian mist, and pretend to be samurais in homage to Kabuki. The most notable is the Great Muta, who was once billed as Kabuki's son. Muta would become Kabuki's most frequent tag team partner. Sometimes Kabuki gets mistaken for another wrestler using the same character. The alliance of Kabuki and Hart would become a major attraction in North America. However, Hart had a commitment to keep their act exclusive to one company. However, Hart also wanted to capitalize on the high demand. He made an agreement to loan out the Kabuki character to other companies, but with that condition that Mera, who was the original Kabuki, could not play it, and Hart could not manage them. The character would be shared by a wrestler known as Magic Dragon. Dragon managed to look and act so similar to Mera that most people had no idea that there was a second Kabuki. Both Kabukis would have a string of heel managers, but Dragon would never be represented by Hart. Hope all is well, and I look forward to speaking to you guys very, very soon.